library was one of the very first buildings to go up in this beautiful town, which also means that there were some shortcuts taken that would not meet current standards. On this very month, it was time for the building to get a regular Sims City Building Association checkup. And what they found was beyond standard. They found a heavy amount of asbestos within the walls and foundation of this building, and it was time for it to go ahead and be replaced. Little did the owner know when he locked the door that previous night and unlocked it that morning that it would be the very last time his library would look as it currently did. He was a very traditional man. He very much liked the current state of the library. He thought he was going to pass the test with an absolute breeze. But the new supervisor of the SimCity Building Association was much more strict. She saw the tiles in the current kids' room and immediately identified that they had asbestos in them. So she went ahead and called the lab to come and run some samples. She was a very mean-spirited sim and had no consideration for the librarian's feelings because she went ahead and called for the lab techs to come over straight away without even asking for his permission. They began testing upstairs while people were still visiting the library, and they caused quite a scene, especially when the lab tech went ahead and called for 2 more interns to come and help him do the testing. The results he got on his own were alarming. It's absolutely shocking that somebody hadn't picked this up sooner. He wasn't even willing to wear his lab coat anymore. He went ahead and changed into his hazmat suit and told his 2 other workers to do the same. They conducted a bunch of tests all around the building and discovered that so much of the building needed to be replaced that it was going to be closed off immediately. When the lab tech gave this news to the librarian, he was very upset and defensive. He didn't want any renovations to be conducted and he wanted everything to be restored back to the same condition, but that just wasn't going to be possible. That was a completely idiotic idea. He refused to close the library down, so the supervisor went ahead and called the police to help section off the library. It was dangerous for people to be in there with the amount of asbestos that was in the building, and they went ahead and swiftly asked everybody to leave. And the supervisor went ahead and called the builder, who showed her some sketches, some ideas, and she was so excited. They had a lot of money to funnel into this library, and they were going to go ahead and add a new cafe, a new kids' room, a new reading nook, and plenty of space for studying and reading in a new modern library, which the librarian was going to hate. Hey you guys, it's Bree Simulated here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today we're going ahead and doing another renovation battle video run by Havana Sims, and there are a bunch of other lovely people in this challenge as well. Please go ahead and check out the description for all the information on this challenge, the rules and what have you. Also down below there will be links to the Twitter and YouTube of everybody else competing in this renovation battle, so please go ahead and check out all of their channels for their videos, and also go ahead and follow them on Twitter. There will also be a playlist eventually linked down below with all of our videos where you can go ahead and watch them really streamlessly, so after you finish this one, go ahead on into the playlist and watch the rest if you aren't already watching in the playlist. So this renovation was quite a lengthy one, and I think the main reason for that for me was because there weren't as many rules. We basically were just told that we had to go ahead and renovate this library. We had a couple of items that it needed to have, and that was about it. There wasn't a budget, there wasn't any kind of specific restriction on style or anything. So I went ahead and went full-blown modern with this one, and I think it turned out really, really great. So basically the renovation battle card reads as such. The Willow Creek Library needs a major renovation. There have been an outbreak of asbestos and someone saw a ghost knocking down the books. The mayor has enlisted your help in making a more modern library for the citizens of Willow Creek. Rules: you must keep the shape of the build, but you can add, remove, or change the windows, doors, fences, gates, landscaping, staircases, and the columns. The 3rd floor can be used as a room or not, but it must be kept. They must include a kids room, cafe, reading nook, and a painting area. You must adhere to the building code of the lot type library and save one of the original bookcases. You can't use vampires or my first pet stuff. Renovation is due right now. And we are also going to be going ahead and doing a poll like usual. So the link to the poll will be linked down below as well. You can go ahead and vote and share the poll around if you like. Vote for your favorite build. So definitely recommend you going ahead and checking out all the other builds first before you go ahead and vote, because there are some seriously talented people in this challenge. Next is that Havana is going to be going ahead and viewing the renovations on Twitch today at 2 p.m. EST, which is about 2 hours from when you're seeing this, if you're seeing this when it comes out. But yeah, it'll be quite early in the morning for me, so I don't know if I'll be awake by then. I'll talk about my sleeping schedule in just a moment. But yeah, I'll be there if I can, certainly. But right now it's like midnight. I'm filming this voiceover like moments before it's about to go up. So it's midnight here in Australia, and I think it's going to go up at 1:30 a.m. for me. And it like then 3:30 would be 2 p.m. there, which is like a crazy time difference. But it's a fun time difference. So I'm going to go ahead and real quickly read on out the list of everybody in the group chat this time. Now, sometimes we have people in the group chat who aren't in the challenge, but that's fine. You know, whatever. Go ahead and follow them nonetheless. And all the people in the challenge will be linked down below. So there is Havana Sims, who is the beautiful simmer who goes ahead and organizes these renovation battles for us. Kerry plays, Key Red, Melanin Sims 2000, Sharigon, Hip Hip Renee, B-Ray Sunny, Bubbly Zen, Sam's a Sugar, Maple Simmer, Hazy, Sim Imaginative, Ashura Sims, myself, Hey Sweet Pea Sims, Lilac Lydia Dietz, and Nora Sims. So a bunch of simmers. I was like 17 or so. I'm not sure if everyone ended up participating, like I said, but all that will be linked down below. But definitely still check them all out if you haven't already. And yeah, I really love doing these renovation challenges because it pushes me to do things I wouldn't usually do. I filmed the actual build quite a while ago, but I'm only filming the voiceover now because I just got completely distracted. Yeah, I think I built this about 2 weeks ago. And if you're wondering, it is up on my gallery. My gallery ID is Bree Simulated. Or you can search for it using the hashtag Bree Simulated or the hashtag library renovation build or something like that. Library something. Library Reno build, I think. Anyway, that'll be linked down below as well. But yeah, my idea with the cafe was to go ahead and build it out where the courtyard was previously. I had like the 2 little barista things back there, and I had some tables and chairs and stuff and like menus and things. And then I kept the kids' room in the room it originally was in and used a whole bunch of the old bookshelves. I imagined that maybe those books were like all the old children's books and that they had some new books put out into the main area. And then they also had the old books upstairs, like on the second floor, and some in the painting room. So maybe on the second floor is all the old like adult novels, and then on the third floor in the painting room are all the old skill book novels, and then in the first floor in the main room is all the new novels that they've got. But yeah, I really love the kids' room. I tried to make it really bright and colorful, and when I filmed this, we didn't have the Pride Patch stuff, but I'm sure that would have been really, really helpful and useful, but I think I did a pretty good job nonetheless. I just tried to make it really bright and colorful and fun and sort of suited for toddlers and children mostly. And yeah, I think it turned out really good. I also went ahead and did a family bathroom. So this bathroom has a little bit more in it, and it's more of like a bath room. So it'd be like a family and disability bathroom. So it's definitely a lot more pretty and bright and colorful and fun. And as you can see, I went ahead and made a makeshift baby changing table. And there's also a potty in here and just like all the good stuff that a parent would need to change a diaper and all that good stuff. A little bit icky, but whatever. And the other bathroom is just pretty plain and simple, so I didn't really include it in the video, but you can see it in the screenshots, I think. But yes, now we're going to move on up to the painting room, which is one of my favorite rooms. It's so cluttered and awesome, and I can just tell that there'll be some painting classes up here, some like individual painting, and the painting easels also flow out onto the balcony, which is really cool because I don't really visit this library very often because it is kind of crusty and dusty. But it has an awesome, amazing view of the Willow Creek Lake, and I just had never noticed that before because I never go here. It's actually a really, really beautiful lot. So if you don't visit it very much like me, go ahead and download this renovated version of it and go ahead and start using it more because it's seriously beautiful. I made good use of a lot of the new products from the, what do you call it? When we got the freelancer update, there were a lot of cool painting and writing stuff. So I definitely used a lot of that. And I really love how this is on the 3rd floor because it gets a lot of light up here. Thinking back, I really, really wish that I went ahead and put some skylights up here. That would have been super duper awesome, but I forgot. So yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop talking about the build right now and I'm going to start talking about myself. So if you're not interested, feel free to like switch off or like listen to music or a podcast or whatever. We got about like 7 minutes to go. But yeah, the reason why my sleep schedule has been so mucked up lately, I've actually sort of just started to get it back on track. I say as I'm filming a voiceover at midnight, but I started volunteering in a sleep lab, which I mentioned on Twitter a little bit, but I don't think I've filmed a new YouTube video since this like opportunity came about. But basically, I work in I volunteer in a research lab that's like studying sleep things. And yeah, it's really, really cool. It's really awesome in there. I feel like I'm working at like NASA or something because it's also like technologically advanced and like snazzy. And the room that I like sit in and do all the stuff from is called the control room. Is that not the wildest name you've ever heard? Like you walk into work and they're like, okay, so you're going to be situated in the control room. Like I felt like I was about to start up a spaceship or something. But yeah, it's really nice and all the people there are really cool and friendly. But the reason why my sleep schedule has been mucked up is because I got put on 2 overnight shifts, which is midnight until 8 a.m. 2 midnight shifts in a row. So I originally thought it was like, I got the dates mucked up because it's on at midnight. I thought it was for like the day before, but it was actually the day after. So I got super duper duper confused with that. I got really confused because I thought that I was on like that night, but then I realized it actually wasn't until the night after. So I'd already started adjusting my sleep cycle. So I'd started adjusting it like on the weekend, thinking I was going there Tuesday night and then Wednesday night, but it turns out I was going there Wednesday night and Thursday night. So I was there like Thursday 12 to 8 a.m. and then Friday 12 to 8 a.m. But I left Wednesday and left Thursday, if that makes sense, because it's like an hour away from where I live. So I had to like drive and stuff. So yeah, boring. But yeah, I basically got it all wrong, and then my sleep schedule was so mucked up, and I'd spent like a couple of days like not really studying because on Monday I woke up feeling sick and I was like, great, I'm gonna be sick. I've got my sleep lab tomorrow night, and I'm gonna be sick for it. And I just felt like death. So Monday I felt really bad. Tuesday I felt kind of bad, and then on Tuesday I realized, oh snap, it's actually not today, it's tomorrow night. So I felt a bit better because I was like, I've got some more time to rest and recover. And then by Wednesday, I actually woke up feeling quite good. So I was only really sick for like 2 and a bit days. And then by Wednesday night, I was feeling pretty much fine. Just had like a little bit of a runny nose and whatnot. So if I sound like out of breath or whatever right now, that's probably why. But I'm actually feeling okay, reasonably, considering how I felt on Monday. Monday was like real bad. Tuesday was like, eh. And Wednesday was like, I'm fine. So yeah, I was kind of glad because I was like, now I've got a whole nother day to rest and recuperate. But also I'd sort of spent that Tuesday not really like studying too much because I tried to like sleep in real late, so then I was more awake for that night. But then it turns out I wasn't doing it that night, I was doing it the next day. So that was frustrating, and I sort of like didn't quite get enough sleep like that night. And yeah, it's complicated, but I basically got it all wrong and it ended up being okay. The first night was actually really hard to stay awake, and driving home I was kind of tired, but I was like fine. And then the next day, it was actually really easy. So after the first day, I came home and slept from about 10 a.m. until about 7:30 p.m. But I had like 4 hours of that time where I wasn't sleeping. So I woke up at like 2. I slept for like 4 hours and then woke up, slept for another hour and a half, woke up for like 2 or 3 hours and then went back for a little nap for an hour and a half or so. And then I went to the next overnight. And then I went to the next overnight, did that, came home, and Island Living was out. Island Living dropped like when I was pulling up. So I was kind of upset about that because it meant that I couldn't play it straight away like I usually would. But I still got to play it like pretty soon, like 8 hours after it released, which was really cool because the overnight shift finished early. But we're jumping on into the final part. Here is the builder getting his big cache of money for renovating the build. And then we're going to go ahead and see the screenshots. But yeah, the sleep lab is really cool and fun. I really love it. It's great, and I'm hoping that I might be able to get paid to do it. Right now, the overnights are quite hard and tough because they take up basically the day before, the day of, and the day after with your whole sleep schedule changing. So I'm definitely trying to not do as many of those now, especially since I'm not being paid yet. But if I were to be paid for it, it would definitely be a lot more worth it, like mucking up your whole sleep schedule. And also be worth it, like, to do it more in the holidays, which are coming up soon. When you see this, today I've got like 1.5 weeks left of university, and then I'm on break, so I'm going to be playing so much Island Living and all of that. But I've actually got 2 essays that I need to go ahead and finish and submit for drafting to hand up tomorrow night. Like, oh my god, in exactly 24 hours. Oh, I'm scared. Okay, I need to go ahead and finish those essays and draft them, and then fix the drafts and then hand them up. I also need to study for my exams. I've got one on Wednesday, one on Friday, and then one the following Tuesday. So yeah, it's pretty stressful. I'm thinking I'll do okay. I haven't studied as much as I would have liked because I was sick, and then I had the sleep labs. Like, the first half of the week I was sick, the second half of the week I was doing sleep labs, and then this weekend's been busy with Island Living and YouTube, and also those essays that I've got to finish off. But then I'll be able to spend like Monday, Tuesday solely studying, Wednesday doing an exam, Thursday studying, Friday doing an exam, and then next weekend I should get a little bit of Sims time, but I'll still need to study that day, study Monday for my final exam on Tuesday, and then once I finish that exam on Tuesday, I'm just going to be playing Sims so hardcore, like literally for like 4 days straight, and then I get my roster for the next sleep lab month. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Things are going well. I'm very happy right now, and I hope you guys are happy too. Hope you're having fun playing Island Living if you got it and whatnot. It's a really good game. I really love it so far. And I've got a build and a creator sim coming of that very soon. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here. Until next time, I hope you'll have a very snazzy day, and I'll see you all soon. Also, please vote for me if you love my build. Bye guys!